Peace, love, and balance, everybody. Peace, love, and balance, y'all. It's your girl, Isha, the goddess of wisdom, also known as Goddess on the Rise, the Copper Queen, the Fatherhood Queen, bringing this sacred energy change 222, y'all. Look, y'all, I'm gonna ring my bell. So, y'all, today when I woke up, I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. It's Miracles Day. So today when I woke up, when I first woke up, I was just feeling like overwhelmed energetically. My anxiety was acting up, and my brain was just, and it wasn't a depressing feeling. Thankfully, it just felt overwhelming. I was like, either we going through another planetary shift right now, or is this new moon and Pisces energy coming in? And I was like, man. And then I got like randomly emotional out of nowhere. And y'all know I got what, three Scorpio placements and three Cancer placements in my chart, and then I got, it's just a lot going on. It was a lot going on. I was like, dang. So it wasn't like a hot mess or nothing like that. But it was some stuff that I had to like really do some deep inner work with, as well as like do some ancestor work, y'all. Y'all, we gotta get to talking to these ancestors, and that is what this live is about to be about. They actually, if y'all have phones and stuff, they have it in y'all phone calendar. It says Women History Month. And that is the month. March 1st is the first date that marks when they started like arresting women and like prosecuting them for called the Salem witch trials. And I got a lot of information that I've been posting on Instagram about this for my followers and just curious people, and if people that want to be more enlightened about this stuff. So it wasn't just in March that they was doing that though. Like witches, go back to like the biblical texts. I've taught y'all before about the witch of Endor in the Bible that Saul had sought out to speak with Samael, all right, because he couldn't connect to spirit, as that says. And I tell you, I call that the spirits, right? We always talking about the Holy Spirit. So he could not speak to Samuel. He had to go to a witch that was a medium to summon Samuel. And back then, they had already prosecuted all witches that if they ever got caught speaking the spirit, doing witchcraft, they had already deemed witchcraft demonic and cast all the witches out. Men, whether you were a man or woman, you got casted out. And men got killed just as much as women. They definitely was gonna kill the man because they killed the man because they was killing our protectors. Y'all, I gotta get that. Hold on, let me move this bell out the way. Hold on, I gotta scoot this over, y'all, because I can't be having this interfering and ring the bell. They killed our men to take away our protectors, our males that were brujos and witches. Okay, that a lot of them now have forgotten who they are. A lot of us have forgotten who we are, and our gifts have gone dormant. But also, a lot of our men have forgot who they are as a witch. They don't, and some of them either know their power and they abuse it, or they don't know their power, so they misuse it. And that's what women too. There's women that know that they do know their power and abuse it, and women that don't know their power and they getting it misused. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back into balance and harmony and know thyself. That's why the oracle on the matrix, she said, what is it? When Neo looked up at the sign, she said, you know what that means? And it was in Latin. And it's not a coincidence that it was in Latin language too, y'all. That's another thing. That's the Moors know about that. We used to speak Latin before we started speaking English, this curse language. Okay, when we forgot our own language, we was speaking Latin. So that's what I'm saying. That's why they had that message that said, "Know thyself." You have to know. If you don't know, you don't know. So nobody can make you know who you are. That's something you have to work at through healing. And there's so many different methods now to unlock your Akasha records. Now it does take time, though. It's not going to happen overnight, because if it happened overnight, most of us will go crazy. For if you just really woke up one day and remembered all your past lives and could remember everything, you'd probably break down. It would be too overwhelming. So you unlock different parts of your Akasha records over a lifetime, and you start knowing more and more and more. And that's what the spiritual awakening is and ascension feels like. You had these moments where the universe just slows you down, and you end up going like having some type of dream, or you start going down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff starts coming back to the surface that you forgot about. That's what that is, y'all. We unlocking different lifestyles. So y'all, this is about the Salem witch trials. I hadn't got to do this live. I was waiting to do this live. I'm not gonna be pulling cards or nothing like it. This is gonna be me discussing, like I was talking about why that people thought only witches were female, as if they not. And I know people know they're not, but it's just not talked about enough as far as the male witches. So I want to share this. I'm gonna show y'all this. I posted this on my page and it's on YouTube as well. Yeah, I posted everywhere. I posted it on YouTube. I posted on Instagram, Facebook. Uh, I ain't post on LinkedIn though, but y'all know I'm on LinkedIn, so follow me on LinkedIn. All right. But yeah, I don't posted this everywhere. Any of my platforms that I post on, I posted it. So this says the day in history. Now this house, it says the house where witchcraft started. Now, it's in Danvers, Massachusetts. Okay. So this is the house that Tituba used to go to teach all the women stuff. And I'm about to tell y'all about Tituba. She used to teach a lot of women how to perform witchcraft in this house right here. That's how they in this house. So that Salem witch hunts began on March 1st, 1692, in Salem Village in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne, and Tituba, an enslaved woman from Barbados, are charged with the illegal practice of witchcraft. Later that day, possibly under coercion, Tituba confessed to the crime, encouraging authorities to seek out more Salem witches. Now, so this is when they finally captured her. They said enslaved because back then they didn't believe in anybody that was melanated being a free person. So this is when they captured her and they said she's enslaved, but she was not a slave. She was never a slave. And I'm gonna get into that too. She was never a slave, but she got captured with these two women. These women, I called their names out, and they took her to court. But she wasn't even taking that stuff seriously. So that's when they started prosecuting women and locking women up. All right, and then starving them out. They starve, or they give them a sentence and they have to stay in jail. If they didn't die of starvation, they hung them or burned them. That's how they used to do. And a lot of these women couldn't hold on and they would die of starvation. But Tituba, she was strong. She could go months without eating on some Jesus. That's why for Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. That's what that energy is about. So if you ever got captured and they kidnapped you, you know that's the first thing they're gonna do. Just keeping it real. That's what they do. First thing they're gonna do is starve you out. Starvation makes people confess so many things. You're starving, you're malnourished. Everything that you need to make your mind and your brain and everything function, you're running out of. Okay? So you go in panic mode, you think you're dying and you're not dying. Okay, and then you'll do whatever. But that's why we fast. That's really the spiritual importance of fasting. And if I've done a 30-day fast, but it's been a while since I've done a 30-day fast, and I think I'm about to do it, y'all. You never know. You better be able to survive. You better eat. Don't you better be able to live off less. All right, that's how they were back then. They used to go. They had to. Y'all remember on Lord of the Rings where they had to keep splitting up their bread and making it stretch. They was going like, y'all remember on that journey, they was going long times and weeks without eating sometimes because they had to save food for real hard times. That was a norm. It was stuff like that that happened back then. So let me show y'all this too. Look, thank y'all for tuning in. Please like the video. So this is Tituba right here. This is the thing, y'all. I didn't even know nothing about Tituba, right? And I got a voodoo doll that looked just like her. I got it at the African Street Festival, and she's not even it's not Tituba. The voodoo doll that I got is a goddess named Aja from the Orishas. She's a nature witch. So that made sense too. I'm a Virgo and I love nature. I'm a gardener myself and I'm a green witch. So it makes sense that my first voodoo doll that just spoke to me was the one that looked just like it. I'm about to show y'all. I don't have it with me. I should. But she in all green. She in all green and looks just like it. I'm going to pull it out one day. She put up. So look, this says right here, this studies examines Tituba's role in the Salem, Massachusetts witch scare of 1692. It rejects the notion that Tituba was an African American or was involved in occult activities prior to February 1692, but stresses the multi-ethnic factors in her behavior and the influence of her American Indian background on the Puritan response. Her confession, blending elements from English, African, and American Indian notions of the occult and linking folk practices to the light concept of the devil, was of particular significance in the shaping of the bizarre event. So yes, and I have posted this before. But if I need to post it again. But yes, she they couldn't figure out what her background was. They said she was from Barbados, but and that's another thing people keep forgetting. American Indian, we was everywhere, but they said she was from Barbados, and but it's proof that she was an American Indian too. So that's another thing. They never can get our nationalities correct. They always grouping us in one box because we're one people for sure. That's the truth, y'all. We are one people. But y'all know what I mean. They can't never get the ethnicity of us down pat. All right. But she helped do a lot of things. She helped women that was getting abused by their husbands. Because that's what people don't forget. That's just, let me remind y'all. Just like now, before I say this, please open your ears and hear what I'm saying. Y'all remember the women's rights movement? Even though that wasn't the best move we could have made, because there's some ups and downs about that situation that did one in the melanated woman's best interest. But hey, we shared some similar issues though, and that's why that happened. Women was getting raped and abused by husbands, and women just didn't have any rights. They literally had destroyed the rights of the divine feminine, where patriarchy was fully in rule. Back then, women couldn't work, women couldn't vote. All they could do is literally be a man's woman, and have his children and work at the house, which is how women started tapping into witchcraft anyway. She's at the house, she's gardening, she's nurturing, she's breastfeeding, she's growing her own stuff. The women were home wives, and you were forced to be a housewife. So, as y'all know, remember in The Color Purple, your daddy had to get your butt married off, or he'd be stuck with all these women, and he wanted to have a life too. He didn't want to have to be taking care of his daughters for the rest of his life. And not saying that a man wouldn't, but they had to get these girls married because the laws forced women to be men's support system in that way. We was not allowed to work. So it caused a bunch of chaos. And then back then, women was getting beaten, raped by husbands, and we didn't have rights. So we was having to deal with stuff. And if no other man would take you, where was you going? Back to that man. So a lot of women was dealing with abuse. The patriarchy was bad, y'all. And I'm not saying this to like be negative towards men, because men, it's a lot of men that I know plenty of men that did not, don't stand for any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That know what it was shaped to do, because it does not benefit us. It doesn't benefit men or women, whether we realize it or not. It only benefits somebody that is a dark devil that just does have no balance at all whatsoever. Okay, so it doesn't. So all that happened. So we end up joining together. No different from when the American Indians joined with people of other ethnic groups, because of what we was dealing with. Because we had the same problems with other things going on. That's, so I'm saying the common enemy. That's what it does. So all that happened. Women started learning how to do things. Y'all know herbalists know how to do a lot of things. Okay, there are healing herbs, and there are poisonous herbs. And we know that in our history, our ancestors used to poison their slave masters. And sometimes, and a lot of times, they were strong enough to take their own poison. They could, because back then they was hunting y'all for that. They was this my thing. How you gonna force us to cook for you, force us to feed you, and then be scared that you're gonna get poisoned by us at the same time? Can y'all imagine what they was doing to our sisters and brothers back then? Scared to death of us, but had the nerve to enslave us and make us serve them. You know what I mean? Or worried about us poison, but yet women was poisoning their husbands too. So that was a lot. That a lot of women was getting in trouble for witchcraft, or poisoning men that was beating them. That when they tried to go to the authorities or anybody else, nobody would do nothing about it. Women was really mistreated around those times. It was bad. You had to have a husband, or you go into a whorehouse too. They had whorehouses where you had to be a part of some rich man's whatever he want. If when they need some comfort girls, they could pick whatever they want, stuff like that. And I'm just saying, and some women prefer it that way. Some women did like that. That's another thing. Not all the women that were in those positions were happy, because some women didn't want to be married. They wanted to be there. So that's what I said. It was, I feel like in certain ways, it was some type of balance with it, because some women to this day even like that. We know we still got prostitutes on their own right now. So I feel like that is just a part of life. It's been a part of our life for a long time, but it's a lot of women that didn't want that type of stuff, and that is the divine feminine being put down, how it was put down. So how we got emasculated to begin with was that type of stuff. That's what happens. That's something. Everything is a reflection of something. Every action has a reaction. So what do you expect to eventually that was going to take place with us coming from that? And karma is real. It doesn't matter when it plays out. So all that we did back then to our, and those people were our like great and great, great uncles and aunties and grandparents. And we're paying for all that karma, and it's starting to reflect in our realities right now. And that's why everything is so messed up. And it's like the battle of the sexes now, and I can't stand it. I'm like, I'm not in it. You know what I mean? All I got is love for you, baby. I don't have time. I'm not gonna go to war with you. I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not about to put no hate on you, and I'm not about to let you put no hate on me either. That's what I'm saying. So we done came a long way, y'all, and they still actually in other countries uh still hunt witches. They do. I posted some recent documents. It's a lot of trials going around, especially in India. And this the thing, the men will marry the women knowing she's like that just to mistreat her. Cause he's scared of her. So that's what they did. They married a woman that they was scared of to mistreat her. It's sick. And y'all gotta watch this. See, I want to talk about that. So I had a gentleman told me that once before. He told me he was scared of me. He wanted to talk to me, but he was scared of me. Anytime somebody tells me they're scared of me, I will never talk to you. I'm never taking you seriously. Because if you're scared of me, that is exactly what was happening back then to witches. Men they had this fascination and obsession and curiosity about the woman, the witch, but then they were scared of the same thing, at the same time. So what do people scared of you do? Cause you harm. Because it's a projection. You know what I mean? That's what we've seen that the police all the time. They scared our men, so they gun them down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what we it's a lot to it's a lot to how witches got demonized that we just forget about, and that's why women like myself had like my mom and them. When I tell y'all, my mom and them, my daddy tells me this all the time. I just talked to my dad for the first time recently a couple of weeks ago, and he said I already knew you were special. He been telling me that my whole life. He knew, but I remember when my mom, when I used to do certain things or say certain things, she was threatening me. You better stop doing that stuff or they lock you up. And I didn't understand what was wrong with it back then. You see what I'm saying? I didn't get, and she never really explained it to me. She just said they lock people up for doing that stuff. That's all she would say. They'll lock you up because they were still doing that. Let them find out you got a child that's gifted too. A child, they killed the babies and the children. They gonna kill the babies. That's why Pharaoh killed all those babies. He was trying to prevent a chosen one being born, and he missed Moses, baby. Let's go. She wasn't going. She knew her child was special. She knew her child was special, and Spirit led her to save her son. And then that same Pharaoh that ordered all the killing those babies ended up raising that one of them babies as his own son. That's all I'm saying. Karma is a B, y'all. If you're one, I post that all the time for a reason. Karma is only a B if you're one. Because karma is not bad. We got this thing that karma is bad. Now, karma is great, but we got to pay for everything. So everything we going right now is paying for for things that our ancestors did that has been recycled and we keep repeating these cycles. And now it's time for the generational curse breakers. Okay, so look, let's talk about this. Look at this, y'all. This said, I'm gonna show y'all this. Hold on. Roosevelt, okay. Now y'all know we don't Roosevelt. This ain't even president. We don't have president's name Roosevelt. This is a governor, so you know this is the president's Roosevelt's ancestor. Okay. This says Salem, Massachusetts, October the 21st, and I'm about to get on to this. This is why Halloween is such a big deal. So we got October the 21st. 3 witches will be hanged on Gallows Hill in Salem the afternoon of October the 31st. Why they picked the 31st? I'm gonna tell you. And Governor Roosevelt will be among the onlookers. And as much as executions are to be part of Democrat rallies, the witches will represent things Republican. The scene is where the witches were hanged in 1690. So remember, the Salem witch trials happened. They claim and that's why I said they made it history because they captured Tituba, and they really didn't capture her, but whatever. So because that happened in what was that other article? 1692. So they was already hanging women 2 years ago for being witches. They didn't have Tituba, so that was. Same thing that happened with what is his name? Nat Turner when he did the Great Rebellion. They start hanging a bunch of people because they gonna hang everybody until you turn in your master. That's what they do. They destroy everybody. So she turned herself in because she didn't want nobody else to get killed over her. She turned herself in. So look, it got right here. The scene is where the witches were hanged in 1690 on every night before the 4th for 200 years. A bonfire has burnt on the hill. So they did this as a celebration for 200 goddamn years. What the fuck? For 200 freaking years, they hung freaking witches. That's why I be like, y'all act like this is something that just started happening. Man, this been happening. This been happening to this very day. That is why little girls get sex trafficked and trafficked in general more than young boys. They want the girls. Because women naturally are born with intuition and they're the most magical when they're children. So did you hear that crap? Then they got Governor Roosevelt speaks in Boston the night of October the 31st on Halloween and has assured those in charge of the pageant that he will attend. So he hung them the night of Halloween. He hunted that night. Let me talk to y'all about this. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something. I don't think I got it in here. Nope. So Halloween, so hallow means sacred. It's really hallow. Hallow means sacred. They call it Hallows Eve. And Halloween means hallow means holy. And ween means Eve. So Holy Eve. The 31st is a very historical day spiritually because it's the day where the veil is thin and the ancestors have the time to thrive. And they killed them on the night of that spiritual day so they could like get trapped. Oh my God, it's sick. The whole point of them killing them on the night of Hallows Eve on a holy day, what they was to damn their souls, okay, and force them into reincarnation for lifetimes. So that's what it is. They got us stuck in this stuff. It was literally a curse, a spell that they put on us that night. And that's why people to this day, I've listened to different platforms. People to this day are scared to have their kids out at night. If they see black cats, they're terrified because it was a lot of the witches, these spells that they put on them turned them crazy. They bewitched them. You see what I'm saying? They cursed them. And they did some spell work on us and murdered us while they did it. Golly. It's serious. How you curse as you killed the person. That's another thing. They used to do those rituals. They would literally kill you in a freaking ritual. And I know I'm dropping right now. They killed you in a ritual live, had a fire. You heard how they had the bonfire? And they did the same thing to Nat Turner. They skinned them and burned them alive. It's a ceremony, y'all. And it's an entrapment of your soul. That's what they've been doing out here. And that's why everybody's scared of witches. Because of what was done to us. And not the people that did this stuff to us. And let's talk about this. Okay. So look, man, this stuff, y'all, this topic is a very emotional topic for me because it took me a long time as a bruja to come out. I've literally kept it a secret my whole life. I never even told friends. They knew because I used to give my friends readings. I done gave family members readings. But we never used the term. You were not allowed to call yourself a witch and say it proudly or a bruja or whatever. You could not use that term. We didn't use that term. You know, whatever. But look, let me show y'all this. Melanated history facts. I've posted this before, but I'm gonna have to post that again. It's album. I'm gonna pretty much post it sometime soon. But it got melanated history facts. If you've ever heard of the term Salem witch hunt, there were no witches. He said they were not witches. Those were melanated queens who had sight beyond sight, what today is called women's intuition. They were not witches. Their brothers would go to the sisters the brothers would go to the sisters for strategies on war to fight our enemies. These sisters would gather and meditate and come up with plans that eventually helped us defeat our enemies. Once the Europeans and Christians found out about that, they hunted them down and killed them and labeled them as witches. They were not witches. Our sisters were oracles. Research Christian Black Codes of 1724. Okay? Y'all need to get y'all a Black Codes book, okay? The Black Codes Dictionary and the Black Law Dictionary and all that stuff. But yes, so just like the N-word, y'all, how they called us, even the term black, that's a derogatory term. Black and the N-word are very derogatory terms to call us. We are not black or the N-words were Moors. So that's what the term witch was. Witch was a derogatory term to make us, to demonize us. We're oracles. And that's why, if y'all notice, when I post, I said fortune teller, oracle reader, because I am an oracle reader. I know I'm an oracle. That witch term, just like how we did with the N word, we took that stuff and we owned it and we used it for inferior purposes. That's what it was originally for. Yeah, you want to call me evil? I can show you some evil. But you want to be peaceful? I can show you some peace. You see what I'm saying? That's balance, y'all. And that's what they got us tripping on right now. We most of us don't have balance, okay? They got us turning the other cheek. And we not doing that, okay? We're just not doing that. Now I want to get into how I told you, I says right here, the brothers will be the sisters, go to the sisters for strategies on war and fighting our enemies. If y'all do not remember, a Haitian voodoo witch helped the Haitians win the war. Let's go. Let's go. That's y'all mama. We y'all mama. Y'all our tribe. Just like on what is the name of Avatar? How they was like, that's mother. Baby, you gotta have a mama, baby. You gotta have a mama that don't play about her tribe. It's because she know that all of y'all are her children, literally. That's how it is. So we used to have, that's what Big Mama was. Y'all remember, see, we used to have Big Mamas. Big Mama, you're not going to cross Big Mama. And people knew, even the sheriff in town knew, don't come for my babies. It didn't matter what era we was in. They used to have to insult the oracle, right? Remember on 300, they said we got to consult the oracle. Oh, hold on, I'm getting deep right now. Yes, on 300, even King Leonidas could not make a decision about war unless he consulted the oracle, and he went against the wishes of the oracle. The oracle said they did not need to go to war. She actually gave him a solution too. They would bring about peace that would not get them enslaved. But Leonidas didn't like the fact that Persian came to his castle like that, and he had to make a point. His ego ruled. Okay, let's ring the bell. That's why we need the oracles. The oracle maintains balance and harmony. Without the oracle, we'd be in war every day. As you can see what's going on right now. We done had a war in Ukraine, the Palestine, the Israel, all that stuff going on. We always in war. We have to have the divine feminine energy, or we would, because women I ain't trying to fight. I'm not. For what? And then that's why I say I'm not fighting nobody. I mean, I will protect myself and all that, but I'm not getting out fighting no war, put no shield on. And we tired of our men dying in all these wars too. That's what I'm saying. Like, so let's get into how they was killing our sons and our kings and our husbands and uncles too. They had to destroy our children because they know our children is our tribe. So I'm going to tell y'all something else about the Green Witch on the Wizard of Oz before I get into this. The Wizard of Oz is actually the chiefess of the tribe. She's the Green Witch. She's the mother. And she's colored. That's why, and if y'all don't remember, she's green because we used to be green. If y'all seen some of them Egyptian gods and they be having green skin, and that's why they had Avatar with blue skin. They knew putting green skin was so much. So if you remember, they had like streaks of like green in them, but they was blue. Just like X-Men and the girl Raven, she was blue. They know we the aliens, the extraterrestrials and all that. But the symbolism of the flying monkeys was her sending her tribe on you, and we used to like swing from the trees just like an Avatar, right? See how in Avatar they was all swinging from them trees and stuff like that. That's the same story, different energy. That's all it is. Avatar and the Wizard of Oz, same crap. Okay, and she would send her pretty much send her dogs on you, send her tribe on you, send them goons on you. That's where that really came from. Mama about to send her goons on you, and they used to, you did what the mother told you, because they about to come and destroy our families and our kids and our village. Go get them. And make sure this don't happen. Because a woman is not supposed to have to fight. She's not supposed to have to physically fight. That's what the man is for. To protect the women and the children. So they got us. That's why and so our men are now intimidated to call themselves witches because they kill when they seen a male witch with a female witch. Baby. I don't care what nobody say. Erykah Badu and 3000 is witches, and that's why they had to break up. That's too much power. They were scared of that. Both of them is too spiritually deep. Okay? And they made that baby. All right? Congratulations. I'm still happy for them for that baby. They son, what is it, 7? Yes. But that was so much power, especially back then. They weren't ready for that. That was too much power. That's another thing. They threaten your families when you in strong unions like that. So we scared to love each other. Because we get attention. When two witches are together, they gonna get some attention. Because their energy is going to go up even more. They already shine bright alone. Super bright. They already shine bright alone. They already stand out alone. When they come together, it's overly noticeable. Everybody is obsessed with them. They probably can't go nowhere without getting stopped and people taking pictures with them. And that's too much power. You see what I'm saying? Because they're naturally getting attention without asking for it. And then that's when they try to hunt you down. Because they don't like nobody having more power than them. So they keeping us apart too. They keeping us scared of each other. First of all, they keeping us scared of being honest about who we are and knowing ourselves. And then they're keeping us scared to even come out about it because of what the history is about it. Even though, like, this is my thing. You know what trips me out? It's so many people, and when I say this with the utmost respect. It's so many people to be like, well, man, that stuff over with. You gotta let that stuff go. And it's a different time now. We married. We marry other races now, and all that stuff. We was marrying other races back then, so don't act like that's something new. I'm a biracial family. I got a biracial family. I got cousins that I had married out of our melanin family. Of course, we're not melanin and Caucasian, and I got a whole bunch of biracial cousins and stuff. So we've been doing it. That's not nothing new, and it still did not stop the things that's been happening to us over time. All the negativity that we've received, like how there's still sundown cities and stuff in especially in the South. There's I'm telling y'all, there are places in Tennessee that I've never been that are considered sundown cities and all white towns. And I've never been. And I'm not gonna go for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna cause trouble and just start going down there on some Jeepers Creepers. Remember them people on Jeepers Creepers going to that random town? I'm not even gonna ask for it. But it is all white towns in Tennessee. And I know where they are. And there's no blacks, or as they say, melanated people in those areas, not even one drop. And if it is one, he probably one of the farmers workers. I'm just keeping it real. And he's fine with that. Like an old bubble, an old country man. You know what I'm saying? This is the South. So the Obeah trials. And if y'all know, I have posted this before too, but I gotta post it again. Nina Simone. Y'all, that's another thing. Look, we've been having witches. She saw I put a spell on you. She got a whole song. I put a spell on you. Now you gone. And they used it in the movie Hocus Pocus. Dennis, like, come on, man. Like, come on. So look, the Abe trials. It says, in the year 1760, the influence of the professors of the Obeah art was such as the induced a great number of Negroes to engage in the rebellion which happened in the year, and which gave rise to the law which was then made against the practice of obey. Okay, so there was a rebellion by some male witches in 1760. That's a lot of years after, like in the 1690s when they was killing witches, right? You see these numbers? See how these years just keep going on and on and on? Like, did they ever stop killing witches? No. No. That's why they got Rashad Jamal locked up. And there ain't no telling what's going on in there. And we just sitting here, but I'm saying it. So it says assurance was given to these deluded people that they were to become invulnerable, and in order to render them so, the Obey men furnished them with a powder with which they were to rub themselves. So in the first engagement with the rebels, 9 of them were killed. 9 of these Obey men were killed, and many prisoners taken. So 9 of them were murdered, and then some of them were captured. And they didn't give the number of the people that are captured. Among the latter was one very intelligent fellow who offered to disclose many important matters on conditions that his life should be spared, which was promised. So now we got a traitor in the group. You hear that? That's what always happened to us. Peter, just like what happened to Fred Hampton, that informant that got Fred Hampton killed, a traitor sold us out. So that's another thing. Once again, we better stop blaming. can't keep blaming everybody else for our problems. A lot of our problems is because we stab each other in the back, and it's a nasty curse that needs to be broken. It's holding us back and keeping us down. It's nasty. Okay? He sold them all out just so he could have his freedom. And what happened to his brothers? So it says, let's keep going. I want to read that again. He got, among the latter was one very intelligent fellow. He called this, they considered us snitching on each other and being traitors. You're a smart man. Good job. Oh my God. He said, intelligent fellow who offered to disclose many important matters on conditions that his life should be spared, which was promised. He then related the active part which the Negroes known among them by obey men had taken in propagating the insurrection, one whom was thereupon tried for rebellious conspiracy, convicted, sentenced to death. Okay? They sentenced him to death and he snitched. Let me drink my tea, okay? Hold on. Y'all, I don't even know if this is still warm or not. I made this, but I got into the conversation. Oh my God. It's still warm. Thankfully. See there? Y'all, this is an antique copper cup that somebody copper cup that somebody gifted me, and I'm sold out of my copper cups. That's why I'm saying the ones I'm sold out of. I'm gonna have to get them back in stocks, but I have like these. They keep your tea hot long. Ooh, that was good. Okay, that's some good tea, y'all. So listen, they got sentenced to death. He snitched on his brothers and got them sentenced to death. And ever since then, just like the witches, the women, it doesn't matter. Everybody be hiding. They're scared. And then, yeah, I know I'm a solitary witch, but I don't have a coven. But you know why? That's why. Honestly, every time we had a coven, that's a coven. It was 9 men that got murdered up there, remember? And then they said, and many other prisoners. That sounds like a coven of witches to me. So every time we have a group, every time we have a coven, somebody get killed. What's up with that? Somebody sell somebody out. And why can't we figure out these rats before it happens? We're being blind to some things that they're doing. We're missing stuff. We too forgiving. In certain situations, when we see red flags and flaws in people and traitor behavior in people, we're too scared to cast them out. And that's who we need to cast out. All it takes is one rat. And it's infested. One rat. Yeah, I was a net in here. Well, all it takes is one rat. So that's why we need to take care of the one rat. So for this stuff spread like wildfire. We got to stop letting that one rat, whether it's a man or woman, destroy our whole village. But it happens every time. So I feel like I'm safe for being a solitary witch. Can't nobody snitch on me. I mind my own business. I don't bother nobody. I mind my own business. I don't talk about nobody because I don't talk to nobody. And the people I talk to don't talk to nobody either. We all just low-key and minding our business because we don't want to deal with just 3D. We just don't. So look, here's another one right here. Salem Witch Trials, y'all. Salem Witch Trials. Look, I think I posted this recently too. This is on my page. The Salem witchcraft events began in February 1692 and lasted through April of 1693. During this time frame, witches were burned to death, hanged to death, and starved to death in prison. People accused of witchcraft were deprived of their property and legal rights. Witches didn't even have rights, and that's how women's rights got taken away. Oh my God. They killed all our male witches because every male is not a witch, just like every female is not a witch. But they killed our male witches. And then women didn't even have rights. So all the men that we were forced to marry were men that didn't even have power. And then they were scared of women that did have powers. Then we started getting mistreated badly by people that didn't have powers, and they was jealous of us. And then we was forced to have babies with these people and stuff like that. The history of having to keep the race going, the people are not race, but you know what I mean, the lifespan going, and we was mating with non-magical people. Then that's how all these karmic babies came out. But still, somewhere in there, we still got babies through. Reincarnation still happened through all that, y'all. That I ain't even say a mouthful. I just said the beginning parts of what we done been through. You know what I'm saying? So we got to remember this stuff. I know it's a lot of people that think this is like, it's weird, it's strange, it's scary. Some people even think it's funny. They think it's a fairy tale because of the movies and everything they've ever shown you in movies. It's been cartoon, first of all, and then making it scary. But y'all remember Bewitched? It was too many shows that show witches in positive light, too. So that's another thing. So I'm going to tell y'all about this other fella. This other fella, y'all. Mr. King James, y'all favorite person in the world, man. Let's go. That's y'all favorite person in the world, my Christians, man. I grew up on the King James version, so I ain't no hater. It's a King James version Bible on my altar because I still use the Bible, y'all. It's some dark magic in that mug. I'm for real. You just gotta do what you gotta do. It's some dark magic in there. It's some light magic in there. It's some gray magic in there. It's whatever you want to do. There's some history in there. You see what I'm saying? And there's some lies in there. It's a lot. That's all I'm saying. It's a lot. It's not to be followed word for word. Okay. So King James. And I want y'all to see this fella. That's what they like to call it. This fella. King James, right? This colonized ruler is King James. He is the person that rewrote the Bible to the version a lot of us still use today. He confessed out of his mouth he was responsible for the capture and execution of the Salem witch trials. He stated, and I quote, "I was terrified of witches and was responsible for the hunting and execution." Oh my gosh. This man admitted he was scared of witches. Oh my God, let me drink some more tea, y'all. So, this is why, if you tell me you're scared of me, I'm not hanging around you ever again. What? Every time somebody's scared of us, we end up dead. Okay? Y'all, we gotta keep it real out here. You hear this, man? And a lot of them feel that way. They be scared. That scares me. What you want to hang around me for? You planning something? That's insane. And don't tell me you're trying to face your fears. Nah. Most of them, if a man, whether you're a man or woman, if somebody's telling you they're scared of you because you're a witch, they're scared. They're jealous of you, first of all. And they're going to automatically mistreat you because they already don't know how to treat you because they're scared of you. How can they treat you right when they're scared of you? Don't think it's cute. Some of y'all, when people say they're scared of you, like, oh man, I got them nerves. Baby, that's not cute. They the first person that's gonna snitch on you. Like in this, they will sell you out. If y'all was somewhere and they asked where all the witches at, who we found out this, they'd be the one. I know what one is. That's why I'm being. When people be doing, I stopped hanging with people like that. When I go out with people, I don't been out with some people that I don't hang with them no more. They do it. Hey, she's a witch. Don't be telling them that. That ain't none of their business. Because I don't go around saying that. People that follow my platform know that about me, but most of the people that follow my platform either heard about me from somebody else or we've met in person. A lot of the people on my platform, and that's probably why I ain't got like 10K followers and stuff like that, because I'm a homebody and I'm patient on how people are aligned to me, because I want people to want and need and be aligned to me. It's not about the fans for me. I want my true people. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. This is a lot of energy, and I be having to really make sure I take time off. Like, I definitely am about to do some more traveling, y'all. I'm about to do some more traveling. It's time to, like, just do some more traveling. I got some trips I'm planning. Getting out, moving around more so I can meet more people, too. You know what I mean? I'm breaking my social anxiety. So I'm definitely getting out this spring and summer. I get out, but I'm not going to see. I get out and I work the whole summer. I ain't gonna lie. The last 2 summers, I was busting my butt doing events, and I really want to enjoy the summer. So this summer, I'm gonna like enjoy the summer way more. It's time to enjoy the summer. Y'all see, I got this new dress. I ain't even talking about my dress. This is a new dress I got on. I love flowers, y'all. I love flowers. So look at that. This little white flower. So I said, y'all, I need some more money because I need money for trips and more dresses because I'm not about to stop dresses. And I need some more hats, okay? I keep it real. I need some crystals. I just bought another witch deck. I'm still waiting on this witch deck. I need some books. It's two books I want. One of them $50 and one of them like 150. And it's trying to go up. They don't be playing about these books, y'all. They done start going up. It was 4444 as I was saying that, man. Yeah, that done start going up on these books, y'all. And I need my books before they get, because I told you I dropped that 300 on a real. I got some books from the 50s, man. I'm a book collector. I will spend the money because I already know it's worth it. Especially occult books, them ancient ones, y'all. I done showed y'all a couple. These books is about $1,000 and more now, so you better spend the 300 or less. Cause once they hit 1,000, it's a book I know right now that's $10,000, and I got it, and I'm like, man, I ain't paying 10,000, baby. You got to jump on these books, y'all. Hold on, y'all. This tea is so good. I had to go to the store today, give me some more honey and tea because I need some tea, water, just necessities and things like that. Because I was, like I told you, I woke up with a little anxiety today, and I really do think this is new moon. It gotta be the moon. I don't know what else it could be, but it had to be this new moon, and something's about to happen, y'all. Something good is about to happen. So, y'all, that was really most of the stuff that I had to share with y'all about the Salem witches. I think I talked to y'all about how people that scared stuff, yeah, all that stuff. But yeah, this is a thing that's still happening today. And it's been for some reason recently. It ain't no for some reason because they know the chosen ones are awake, and men and women all over the world is waking up. That's why they've been making y'all focus on aliens. It's so much crap that they've been putting in y'all face to distract y'all. They know the chosen ones up now, and they're worried again. And we ain't here to wage war. We here to bring peace. The war is within you. Yeah, because y'all, a lot of people don't know how to forgive themselves. The war is in you because we here for peace. We here to bring light. I'm a light worker, but I'm a dark goddess. So that just means I'm for the light. I don't know if y'all remember the White Witch. Oh my God, that's ringing the bell. The White Witch on Lord of the Rings. I'm a White Witch. That's the crazy part. I'm a bad witch, but I'm a white witch. See, that's another thing. I gotta really get into teaching y'all about the titles. It's just like in masonry, how they have different titles and different colors and hats and all that and different symbols. I mean, it's different statuses in witchhood. So yeah, I'm a green witch. So green witch and white witches are gifts and traits, and I'm a bad witch because I'm dark, but I'm a gray witch because I'm balanced. I'm about balance. So I'm from the light and for the dark. That's why I can say I'm a bad witch. I'm not a good witch. I'm more of a darker being up front, like how Morticia was and Wednesday Adams, and them. So a light witch would be like how Glenda was. They like to show their light first. But that's another thing. Just because somebody is a good witch does not mean they don't have a dark side, baby. If y'all remember, that's exactly what the Lord of the Ring was. She was a white witch, right? She was beautiful. But when Frodo offered to give her that ring because he didn't want it no more, and of course he would give it. If I came across a witch, baby, you can take this ring. I know you're more powerful. But even she knew that the ring was going to be too much power for her. She said, I will be ruler of all the world. She started turning dark. She had that whole scene where her eyes went black as F. Because, yeah, just because a witch is a good witch versus a bad witch does not mean that bee can't get down in the dark. You ain't escaping the darkness. You're never escaping it. It don't matter what face you decide to wear up front. You're never going to escape the darkness. So that's why I said I'm a bad witch. I show you my darkness. My darkness is on me every day. Which makes sense while I'm goth. Okay? I love my darkness. I don't hide from it. And then you will get this light if I let you in and get to know you. And I want to. You know what I'm saying? If I feel good about you. So, and most people don't get to that point with me because they get so intimidated by my darkness, which is a part of me, and you're not going to be able to escape that. So you can't just only love my light. You're going to have to love my darkness because it's definitely a part of me. And I highly recommend y'all because another brother recently came to me. He coming out and he said, he said, I just been a dark person my whole life. He said, I'm under the impression that I'm goth or something. I was like, you are. And you just need to know how to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. Don't be scared. Yeah, if you are a melanated brother and sister and going through your dark phase, they call it the goth phase. And it's not a phase, y'all. Once you go goth, you never go back. Okay, let's ring the bell. It's not a phase, baby. It's not. It's not one of those things where once you come to this consciousness, you will ever just be like, it's a phase. Baby, it's never a phase. It's life. The reality kicks in. you get it. Ain't no going back. So if you want to talk about that, I'm gonna have to start mentoring and doing appointments for people that need help on that goth journey, especially as our melanin brothers and sisters, because we've been taught that that's what they call a Caucasian thing or a white thing, and no, it's not. Okay, they're in a more conscious place than a lot of us are because we're scared of our own powers. We scared of that stuff, and we scared of our own brothers and sisters that got there. So y'all, if y'all need help with the dark side, I can definitely help you with that. Okay. So look at that. That's all I got. I'm happy I did this live. I felt better once I had to lay down and freshen up and get food and all that and stuff like that. But I feel like I am gonna need some more sleep tonight because I just feel like this energy has been overwhelming. It really has. It's just, and it's been changing every day. By the way, y'all know I'm still doing my readings for 50% off for the whole month for Women's History Month. All my readings for 50% off. And this is for men or women. Whatever reading you want, be 50% off. Y'all can check out my jewelry, goddessontherise.life, please, at my website. Get you some jewelry. Everything's back full price, y'all. Everything's back full price. And y'all can also follow me on TikTok as Goddess on the Rise. Follow me on Facebook as Goddess on the Rise. And y'all know y'all can follow me on Instagram as Goddess on the Rise. But make sure it's the Flower Hoodie Queen, okay? Make sure it's the Flower Hoodie Queen and the Copper Queen. I'm on Instagram as the Copper Queen as well. I have a different page for the Copper Queen on Instagram. But on my Facebook page, my Copper Queen and my Flower Hoodie page is kind of like combined, okay? So yes, y'all, please, and leave comments, like, share, subscribe. If y'all would like to leave donations, I'm on Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. All that stuff is at the end of this video as well. So if y'all want my but all of it is Goddess on the Rise and Copper Queen. If y'all know how to spell it right, y'all. Copper Queen got the number 33 in it. Copper QU33N, okay? I'm on Chime too. I'm on everything. All right. Only thing I don't deal with like that is PayPal. PayPal be doing too much. PayPal be taking too many fees. I got Zelle. But yeah, PayPal be trying to rob people, man. So look, y'all, thank y'all so much. By the way, if y'all want those readings, that is Sacred Energy Exchange 222 at gmail.com, y'all. That is Sacred Energy Exchange 222 at gmail.com, y'all. Please send this video out to some other people and research for yourself, y'all. Continue researching. Continue researching, y'all. I'm gonna be able to do a live real soon, but y'all know how I do. I'm in and I'm out, and I come back when I feel it. So all right, y'all. Let me ring this bell. Send this energy back to spirit. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit, y'all. Until next time. Happy Wednesday. This is Mercury Day. Happy Mercury Day. Peace, love, and balance. Copper Queen checking out.